There was something about my grandma Yaya's kitchen. As a kid that grew up moving almost every 2 years, I'd gotten used to change, but her kitchen was predictable. And so it was a space that made me feel seen, and it was a place where traditions really came to life. Because of her sweet tooth, Yaya always kept chocolate on the second shelf in the fridge door, and her spice cabinet was never empty. I knew how to find the cumin and the Goya packets before I learned to tie my shoes. Seated on Yaya's countertop, or through the hours of cooking, I learned to tell stories, and I could tell them for a while, but in the interest of time, I'll share the 3 things about my Yaya that really stuck with me. First, Yaya taught me authenticity and intentionality. She wore bold colors, and she always took care of herself. At the age of 79, my Yaya could still do a 2-minute plank. Yaya was a mix between Sofía Vergara's Modern Family character Gloria and Audrey Hepburn, exceedingly classy and well put together, while at the same time had no filter. She modeled for me both integrity and poise as she unapologetically spoke her mind while waving her wooden spoon over the stovetop. Her authenticity also shone through in how she interacted with people and her expertise in reading a room. Her cherry red nails would dash around the kitchen as she expertly broke down big meals into bite-sized steps, teaching me how to expertly teach different styles of learners, how to build skills, and how with a little bit of hard work, it was possible to make magic happen. The second thing I remember about my Yaya is that she was always looking for ways to grow and try new things. She instilled in me this unshakable fascination with the world around us. I used to joke in college that her social life was more exciting than mine. She was always off to a mahjong night or book club meeting or dinner. In the kitchen, she taught us how to fail with grace and to always, lean into our mistakes. For Yaya, recipes were always just a list of recommendations, and she never failed to tweak them to make them her own. I even remember her revamping an American chicken pot pie at one point. When I got frustrated at the age of 6 that I couldn't peel an orange in a single piece like my Yaya, or in high school when I flipped my tortilla de patata onto the ground, I would hear her voice in my head. Siempre piensa positivo. Sigue adelante. Las cosas pasan por alguna razón. Think positive, move forward. Things happen for a reason. She embodied these messages of positivity and moving forward as both an immigrant to the United States and as someone who grew up in Mexico City as her family fled the Franco dictatorship in Spain, which suppressed the democratic freedoms of the Catalan people. The last thing that my Yaya taught me is that acknowledgement and appreciation make us feel whole. My Yaya made me feel brilliant when in so many spaces as a kid with learning disabilities who struggled with friendships and my own identity, that wasn't always the case. Any small step in the kitchen or my life in general was met with an así es, o tú puedes. That's it, you can do it. Tu Yaya te adora. Your Yaya adores you was a regular email signature. And I got a care package or letter in the mail for every major holiday, especially Valentine's Day, because she always wanted to make sure I had at least one Valentine. My Yaya passed away suddenly in 2020, and every day I wish that she was still here with me. I wish I could be back in her kitchen telling her about how I've grown into the person that I am now. But I realized that she's never far away, and that I carry her with me everywhere that I go. I cook her Mexican and Spanish dishes for my friends, and through every low point over the past few years, I replay her messages in my head. Think positive and move forward. That's it. You can do it. Your Yaya adores you. While she can't be here for my graduation in a few weeks, I'm honoring her by bringing her into this space. And next year, as a first-year middle school teacher, I am so excited to try to recreate some of the magic I felt in my Yaya's kitchen, a place where students can feel seen and curious and whole. I want to pass messages that constant exploration, learning, and mistakes are welcomed. And like my Yaya did for me, I hope that my students feel that they can be the realest versions of themselves and help them see that in their own ways, they are brilliant. And I promise to continuously cheer my students on because I owe it to Yaya, the person who believed in me and supported me in ways that few others did. Gracias, Yaya, for helping me find my voice.